saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. A lot of people had this game circled this week. Two of the best teams so far squaring off here in Week 5. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. On play action, Williams bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself, and he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be first down Bears.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Bears first down.
They run. It's the rookie from Louisiana. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Receiver in motion, going left. Back to the well again, and he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First and 10 now from the 46. Design quarterback run here. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Sent to the ground by Pete Warner.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Working from the gun, Williams. He finds a Dunze downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. It's a Dunze touchdown. Oh, and it's no good. Just his second missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First and 10, Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Quickly to the air, here's Shuck. It's complete to Hunter Henry. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, I love that.
Into the of a small 4-yard chunk there. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Complete out to the right side. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. That one gains 7. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
10 at the 24-yard line.
From the pistol, they're going to run with ETN. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
3rd down, here's Shuck. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and he gets himself in space to do some damage.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Shuck. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Brought in. And he's tackled for no gain.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
Piniero's kick is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
They couldn't quite match the score, but at least they were able to cut it in half and really offer a counter punch. Now incumbent on their defense to do their job.
Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Running back sent in motion. Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And he goes down a little short of the 40.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offensive line fast.
A 4-yard gain brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
They give it to him again. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on 4th, and they pick up the first down, too.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Here's the design run. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Williams set to pass. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's brought down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Has his man caught by Odunze. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears stretch their early lead to 9. It's a Odunze touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A quick 2nd score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines. Because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker. Because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He finds Melee working downfield here. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. ETN gets it on the draw. Didn't sell the draw enough, and he pays the price. He's headed the wrong direction, backs him up for 2nd down. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front had to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Bears bringing out an extra DB here. 3rd down. Throw here. 3rd down. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. On play action, here's Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down. Here's Williams. Connects downfield. On target to Burton. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
The 24-yard line.
Here's the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll be first down, Bears.
And the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the red zone on first. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
Yeah, tight ends, these guys, about the only position that can make that look routine, fending off a couple defenders, and it's really why, Kate, they're such valuable commodities.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Line up the design keeper. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Return starts at the 3. Showing a little burst so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Caught quickly on the slant. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Saints first down. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shuck now on first down. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Let's go now.
On play action, here's Shuck. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And they don't get any help on this second down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Can't convert on third. That's to the ground and incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up fourth and long.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 52-yard.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Saints
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Williams. Complete right side, Burton has it. And now have a small gain up to about the 32. Justin Reed with the tackle.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Williams to throw on 3rd. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
19 yards. That's good.
So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this 1st half. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. And the Saints are all over this one. Great work by the defense. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. They're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Finds a little room there, gets him about 3 yards. They're up to the 43.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Looking slow, fighting his way through, but he lost the football. And the Saints get to it. And that right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break.
He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a one-score game before halftime. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Saints cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Handoff now out of the gun. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That's such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Williams from the gun. Chased out to his right. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And out of bounds he goes on that big pickup. They're inside the red zone now. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Out to his wide out, it's a screen. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears will add to their lead at the end of the half. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
And there's heat. That blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Shuck working from the gun. He'll get this to Henry. And he's got cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set to go now from the 35. First and 10. Here's Shuck. Completed to his running back. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Looking to throw. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Bears make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Design quarterback run here. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 14. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third down, here's Shuck. Bears getting close, and they're going to take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He's got it at the 24. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Williams on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
At the 48-yard line.
Williams on first down. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep low. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll run now on second down. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
What a great sign to start the second half of this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Let's go. AT Cardinal.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. There he goes on the right side. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears push their lead further to start the half. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears stretch their lead to 21.
34. Saints 13. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Starting at the 10. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Off the play action. Chump. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Here we go, shot.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3-and-outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Trying for it with Shock. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Brought in inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints shrinking the lead some in the third. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Reed now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring an end to that, right in the 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Running it now out of the gun. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
3rd down. Here's Williams. He finds a Dunze downfield. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
Out of the pistol, Williams. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that defense got a little something extra after the pick, and any return is normally a product of good coaching. They drill this all the time on the practice field about becoming a runner, finding the near sideline, your defensive players becoming blockers. And I know it doesn't show up as a ton of return yards on the stat sheet, but boy, every yard's important and critical in the game of football.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Now give this up the middle to ETN. Middle was crowded, so he found some daylight outside. Look at that. That's a 9-yard gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, here's Shump. Check this one down to ETN. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 70.
Shot for the quick toss out wide. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Number 7.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Saints 27.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
What is it?
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Here's first and 10 from the 47. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Drops by the first guy he met. No. On that first down run.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. Blown back gets the handoff. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So third down now.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Bears football to begin the fourth as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. Saints into the dime for this third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through and up for a first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Counter give here to Pacheco. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Working from the gun, Williams. He's got it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They get 3, and it leaves them very close. 4th and goal from the 2.
These are the moments, and these are the kind of calls, Kate, that this offensive coordinator makes his money. You just get, well, you get stuffed on a run, and now you got 4th and goal. What are you gonna do?
All right, get that popcorn ready. It's 4th and goal late.
What is that?
They'll throw for it. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bears go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears double their lead to 14.
Saints 27.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has it at the 11. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return.
And they're on the 35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Chuck now from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Chuck now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's Shupp, 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the
2nd down, Etienne gets it again. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. That's taken in by Henry. And this one does not go far.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. It's complete. This is Olave. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run. Etienne. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground. He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
He finds him right side. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Chuck now on 3rd and goal. And he cannot bring it in. They've now arrived at 4th and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Bears are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. They'll run here from the gun. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Here's a design run. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. The Saints going with some extra defensive backs on this 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Bears close to beginning the year 4-0. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They give it to him again. And they drop him just a couple yards beyond the line. It's 4th down now. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. On fourth down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he'll try to hit this one well. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He's got it. That's going to be a first and more. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. First and 10, Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Back to work after throwing the pick. It's his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
Second and 6.
Chuck working from the gun. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
To throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw again here, it's Shuck. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. On play action, here's Shuck. On to the left side, and Johnston has it. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10. Shotgun snap to Shuck. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Shuck. And that's a touchdown. Great catch there with almost no time left. Well, Brock, they're going to need a miracle, but it is still possible.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. And the Bears get this kick, and that spells the end of this ball game. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Line up the design keeper. So the Bears take this one on the road. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.